In this very exciting module, we're going to talk about how do you know when to buy and sell. It seems an easy thing to ask, but it's often overlooked by many tutors because, of course, it's the most difficult thing to explain. Now, as a professional trader, as a hedge fund manager, as a private investor, it's the one thing that I probably concentrate on more than anything else. And in all my books, all the lectures I've given around the world, it's the one thing that I know is quite possibly the most important. So I want to, in this module, just take you through, first of all, the introduction, the learning objectives of what we've got planned. So let's kick off with those first. And the introduction learning objectives are these for this module. Of the millions of traders and the trades that they make, in which currencies do they make the most money? Now, this seems an obvious thing to ask because, of course, all the brokers who would have the trades placed through them must know the answer to this. And what I've managed to do is get the answers from the brokers of which currencies the traders make the most money in. So in this module, I'll take you through that. But of course, if you've got all that data of who's making money, which currencies, you must also know what time of day they're making the most money. And if you could then trade in those currencies at those times of day, then surely you would have a better chance of making money than at other times. And that, again, is something we're going to cover in this module. But also, which of the currencies are the worst for profiting? And I think you're going to find some surprises with this. I know I did, and I know it changed my trading for the more profitable as soon as I did find out the answers. And also, what are the different strategies to consider when we're trading? In other words, the heart of the matter, how do you know when to buy and when to sell? And on that point, you might say, well, okay, Alpesh, you're going to go through some of the trading strategies. Give me a bit of background, Alpesh, about your credentials to talk about trading strategies. I'll do just that. I'll start off, for instance, with my first book, The Mind of a Trader, where Pat Albor, the chairman of the Chicago Board of Trade, the world's largest exchange, said this: gets to the heart of the matter of trading by clearly elucidating the methodologies of successful trading strategies. That's my job. I've got the strategies not just from the best traders, not just endorsed by the chairman of the world's largest exchange, not just published in a book published by the Financial Times, but also lots of endorsements behind these strategies and validation of them. This is important because it's not just about the strategies, it's who's telling you about the strategies, which is vitally important. Of course, when it comes to my strategies, I'm also an award-winning trader. As you can see there in the Financial Times, I was picked out as the top forecaster. This is, again, an important part of getting the credentials when anybody's telling you their trading strategies. Also, author of numerous books published in many languages, which have been selling right up there with Harry Potter. So, again, it tells you there's a lot of credentials. So we're going to move on in this module then to the aspects that I mentioned. Essentially, how do we know when to buy and when to sell?